This next method of factorizing when a doesn't equal 1 is going to be an alternative method. So I think there's the cross method as well, which I won't go through because there's plenty of videos on YouTube for that. However, I'm just going to teach you another method of factorizing, which you may find easier. Otherwise, grouping is just perfectly acceptable as well. So let's look at an example in this case. So we've got 2v squared plus 11v plus 5, exactly the same as the previous video that we had. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this in a few steps, so you just need to bear with me and follow along as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the coefficient of the squared term. So in this case it's 2. And I'm going to multiply that with the c term. So if you remember again, ax squared plus bx plus c, I'm going to multiply the a by c. And what I end up getting is an equation that looks like this. V squared plus 11v plus 10. Now how did I get this? Because I'm literally going to move this 2 to the end here, and I'm going to multiply it by 5. So what we end up getting is this. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to factorize this exactly like we've factorized in the previous videos where you noticed where we find pair factors of 10. So in this case, let's look at the pair factors of 10. I'm going to say immediately the pair factors of 10, and this is going to be 10 and 1 because 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. So this is the one I want. So you can see here that we're going to rewrite this as v plus 10 v plus 1. v plus 1, sorry. Now, keep in mind that it's not the end of the question just yet. This is absolutely wrong at this stage because you can see when this expands, it expands to this right here. But don't forget, this is our original question. So, again, what is the value of the original coefficient that we had in front of v squared? It was 2. So what I'll get everyone to do is I'll get everyone to just divide the last term by 2 right here. And you can see that's where I've impacted that 2. So let's simplify this from this step. What we end up getting is v plus 5, and this is v plus a half. Now, it's not finished just yet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to literally drag this 2 up to the very front. And so what we end up getting is, if we do that, is if we say v plus 5, and this becomes 2v plus 1. Exactly what we got in the previous question. So let's remember those steps again. Let's put this into a bit more practice. The second one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the number out the front, and I'm going to multiply that by the thing at the very end. And what we end up getting is x squared minus 2x minus 15. And we can factorize this the normal way that we have used normally. So what are the pair factors of 15? Well, minus 15 in this case. Minus 3 and 5, minus 5 and 3. I'm going to stop there because I know one of these will hit it. So this becomes 2, and this is minus 2. So the pair factors that we want to use is the ones right here. So I'm going to rewrite this as x minus 5 and x plus 3. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my original coefficient of x squared, and I'm going to divide that right here. So divide that by 3, divide that by 3. And I'm going to simplify this, so this becomes x minus 5 on 3, and this becomes x plus 1. Now we're not done yet, because what we need to do is we need to literally drag this 3 to the very front, the denominator to the very front. And so what we end up getting is 3x minus 5 and x plus 1. You can see that this obviously cuts a lot more time than the grouping. But again, it's your choice, whichever one you feel comfortable with. This is just an alternative method to factorize. Again, times the 2 by the 9, so that becomes m squared plus 3m minus 18. Now we find the pair factors of minus 18, so that's minus 6 and 3, minus 3 and 6. So what does this become? This becomes minus 3, this becomes 3, so the factors that we want are these ones right here. So we're going to write this as m minus 3 m plus 6, and then we're going to divide it by the original number that was in front of the coefficient of the squared term. So divide by 2, divide by 2, simplify m minus 3 on 2, and this becomes m plus 3. And the last thing we need to do is drag the denominator to the front. Drag the denominator to the front, and what we end up getting is 2m minus 3 and m plus 3. Alright, let's have a look at the last one once again. So take the coefficient, times it by the end, and we should get t squared minus 18t plus 45. What are the pair factors of 45? Well, we've got 15 and 3, but I don't think 15 and 3 will work, so we can use 18. Ah, silly me, of course. Minus 15 minus 3, and you can see here this adds to 18, this adds to minus 18. So here this is minus 18, and so the factors that we want are going to be written as minus 15 and t minus 3. But we're not done there yet, because we need to take the coefficient of the original term for the t squared, and we divide that by here, and we divide that by here. And so if we simplify, what we get is t minus 3 brackets and t minus 3 on 5. But we're not done yet, because we need to drag the denominator to the front, and what we end up getting is t minus 3 and 5t minus 3. And that falls, all these answers are exactly the same as the grouping videos, except you can see here I've done it in probably half the time that I've done with the grouping method. However, it is useful to know both methods. So next we're going to have a look at the null factor law and how to solve for x in that case.